peaceful out here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I am now on TikTok. I'll be dropping clips on there. If y'all want to tune into the episode, I'll be on YouTube under Mechee from the Midwest podcast. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook. If you ever want to be on the show, if you want to discuss topics on real life, relationships, music, TV shows, movies, just life in general. If you want to give us your story, contact me, DM me, let me know what's going on, and we'll set something up because I just want to interview people, get to know people better, and just explain ourselves to the world. I know a lot of us they feel like some people could be stuck up or this person mean or that, but all of us have a reason why we are the way we are currently. So, like I said, if you ever want to be on the show, make sure you DM me, jump in my comments, and we'll set something up. That could be anybody in this across my platform. I know most of my viewers are people that I know. I want to salute them. People that don't know me, salute y'all too. But yeah, man, let's get into this show. I got a couple of things, a couple of topics I want to cover today. One of them being a movie I saw this week, which was relationship goals. I actually watched that with my fiance. I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a minute because women, they be thinking they slick, but we'll get into that topic in a minute. She gonna laugh when she see this. The other thing I want to get into is the NFL Super Bowl results. We'll tap into it. I think I'm gonna kick the show off with that. NBA All Star Weekend this week. I know a lot of people not looking forward to it, but I saw a topic on how things can get better when it comes to the All Star game. I want to run it by y'all. Let me know what y'all think about it. Actually, Nick Wright off of ESPN. Is it First Take or I think it's on First Take or something like that. Um, he brought this up, and I want to talk about that and just give y'all the rundown on what's going on as far as the dunk contest, skills contest, and All Star game and all that whatnot. J. Cole finally dropped last week. I want to give y'all my review on there, do the top five. He did a two-disc album. I want to give five off each album and give y'all a rating on what I think about the album overall. And a Black History Month topic I want to talk about this week. I want to visit the story of Isaac Woodard. A very touchy situation because this man served in the military. I can relate to this because I was in the military as well. And being the minority in the military, I thought things would be different. And I mean, sometimes it was good. I had a hell of a great time there, but it was bad times as well. And I'll get into that uncomfortable times, but we'll definitely talk about that. But let's start off the show with the NFL Super Bowl. First off, I want to say congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. My big dog James down in his team, Seattle Seahawks. He been riding with them boys for I think I know James for over ten years and stuff. Real cool dude. I met him down in Cali one time out this sports group, and that's my boy, man. We locked in. He's a Laker fan. I think that's how we really got cool as Laker fans. But he an OG, like he a little bit older than me. I respect my elders, but he a real one. Salute to him. But these Seattle Seahawks belt to ass. If you saw the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The defense was putting pressure on Drake May all game. Will Campbell had a horrible game. I know they try to say, oh, he had an injury. Which player in the NFL makes it to the Super Bowl and don't got an injury? Nobody's 100% going in there. It's either you hungry or you not. You can only give your best at the end of the day. And I believe Will Campbell, the left tackle, gave his best. It just wasn't good enough because that defense came to play. I know they had a fumble recovery. They ended up with 6 sacks. Just to get into the numbers, the Patriots, Drake May threw for 295. That's really fool's gold because he didn't do nothing with it really. But he had 295 yards, 2 TDs. Drake May ran for 37 yards. That should tell you that the run game wasn't going because the quarterback leading with the running yards. Stevenson, 23 yards. Henderson, 19 yards. As far as receiving, Hollins had 4 catches for 78. Douglas had 45 for 5. Stevenson, 5 catches, 40 yards. Diggs, 3 for 37. Henry, 3 for 31. Henderson, 3 for 26. Terrible. I mean, like I said, it's all spread out. The numbers are misleading because those came later on in the game when he was already getting destroyed. Sam Darnold, 19 for 38, 202 yards. 1 TD. Kenneth Walker, the MVP of the game, 27 carries for 135 yards. Really should have been about 200 yards with a touchdown, but they call holding. I mean, that's how it is. Um, but he did his thing. Cooper Kupp, 6 catches, 61 yards. Barner, 4 catches, 54 yards. And Jigma, 4 for 27. Rashid, 2 for 27. Kenneth Walker, 2 for 26. So as far as the Patriots did, they did a great job of slowing down Jigma. They only held him to, what did I say, 27 yards on 4 catches. That's pretty good because if he would have went off, game would have been even uglier. But they did a good job holding him down. But Cooper Kupp was the answer on as far as picking up the big yards or the first downs. Kenneth Walker showed his ass with every time they needed something. They needed the first down. He was running for it. 15-yard breaks, screen passes, whatever. He got the job done. But salute to Sam Darnold because last year he was on Minnesota, won 14 games. They let him go, and they believed in J.J. McCarthy. You see how that look over in Minnesota. He comes to Seattle in the first year, finally wins the Super Bowl after being labeled a bust after being in the league about, was it 5 or 6 years now? Coming over from the Jets. He didn't play in Carolina. He didn't play for a couple teams, but he finally made it to a team that believed in him. The players believed in him, and he made it happen. As far as the Patriots go, Stephon Diggs, he's been begging for this moment. Like I said, the better team won. Diggs has been begging for this moment. He might not have been focused because the whole thing with Cardi B, it usually happens when you got a celebrity girlfriend, but you think about Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift. They was going crazy. They so stuck on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they forgot that last year they had to play a Super Bowl game and they got their ass beat by the Philadelphia Eagles. Fast forward to this year, Diggs, Cardi B, that's how you're hearing all through the time. And finally, you get this moment and you just get shut down for the most part. You didn't really do nothing. Drake May, he's going to learn from this. This is only his second year in the league. To be at this position, it was great for him because, like I said, most quarterbacks don't come in the league and take 2 years and be in a Super Bowl. It usually takes a little while. I can think of like Joe Burrow. It's been a couple of quarterbacks, but not too many come in and then 2 years being a Super Bowl. So overall, this was a defensive game. I know a lot of people were saying that this game was boring, but like I'm a football fan, I'm a fanatic at times. I enjoy a defensive battle, but at some point, I do want to see some scores ran up. Seattle kicked 5 field goals, made 5 field goals. Kenneth Walker, I'm big on the running backs. He had a big game, so I'm okay with it. I enjoyed it. It's not one of those Super Bowls I'm like, oh, this is the one I'm gonna always remember. It's not up there in my top 10 Super Bowls I've witnessed, but overall, it was a good game. So salute to New England Patriots for making it that far. Coach Mike Vrabel, aka from the Titans, getting Coach of the Year, and salute to the Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks. Man, hell of a run this year. Went 14-3. Obviously, went unbeaten in the playoffs because they made it to the Super Bowl and won it. So salute to them boys. It look like a lot of their team is coming back. They could go on another run. I think that's the team. Well, obviously, it's going to be the team to beat over in the East. Well, not the East, but in the NFC. I know a lot of people might get in here and say, "Oh, the Eagles will be back," or the Cowboys will be back. The Rams. The Rams is one of those teams. I think Rams and Seattle will be the two teams that you look forward to going into next year. They made it to the NFC Championship. I can see both of them running it back. It might go a different way, but we'll see. I just thought that Rams had what it took. They got to get their defense together because Seattle defense is crazy. But overall, great Super Bowl. Super Bowl watch. Now, the one thing I did want to clear up because I know some of y'all follow me on my social media, the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance. Now, last year I got on here and I was saying like, oh, the Kendrick Lamar one was legit. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, so I know majority of his music, at least 99% of his music I've heard by Kendrick Lamar. I enjoyed it because when you enjoy something, you know the songs, you're going to enjoy it, especially if all of them is bangers, you feel me? But fast forward to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican. He's one of the top artists in the world right now. I'm not Puerto Rican, so I don't understand the music. But from looking at it, he's a great performer. To me, when I was listening to it, it felt like every song just ran into each other. So it felt like he was rapping or singing about the same thing. But what I can say is that it was a vibe. The performance was great. They had Ricky Martin out there. They had so many different things going on. And overall, I gave it an 8 out of 10. So I know a lot of people said, like when I said it was ass performance, it was because I didn't understand. And that might be me being ignorant, but some people took it too personal. I just wanted to clear it up that I was just like, social media is not a real place. Let's keep it clear. Majority of the time, I'm serious online, but with certain stuff, like when it comes to a performance or something like that, or a basketball game or something, don't take it serious, man. Like some of y'all got the talk about, oh, well, it's better than the Trump thing, the halftime he had with Kid Rock. Guess what? I wasn't watching that shit anyway. Because if you're trying to compete with the Super Bowl, you're not going to win. Especially kicking it off with some damn Kid Rock, and whoever the hell else. That's not my type of music. I don't like that type of music. And they stand for a certain person, which we won't discuss on here. But overall, Bad Bunny is legit. I'm also my bachelorette. Is it the bachelorette party? That's what it's called. For the we're going there, man. The fellas going there in April. So guess what? Guess we'll be listening to Bad Bunny. I will. So I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn the music. I'm gonna be singing along in the crowd. So to all my Puerto Ricans, any viewer that's Puerto Rican, my bad. Great performance. I got to get in tune. Now, will I say that I'm gonna download some music? No, I won't. But I believe he's a big star over there. Just like for somebody looking over to any other state, like somebody from Puerto Rico go look at Cali and like, I don't really mess with their music like that. Maybe because they never been there. I'm in the same boat, so don't take it serious. That's all I wanted to clear up. Now, that's all I got for the NFL, man. End of the season. Next thing we'll be waiting for is the NBA draft. NFL draft. It'll be in April. And I'm hoping my Titans do something, but we'll get back in there for that. So let's take a quick break. Y'all keep tuning in to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast.
This is set. Time to fly. Here we go. Woo! This is insane. That was unbelievable. I feel alive.
All right, y'all. So NBA All-Star Game is going down this week. I just want to go over my predictions for the All-Star Game, the shooting stars, and the three-point contest, and go over the roster a little bit, and to bring up a quick topic about what Nick Wright was talking about on his show today, saying a way that they can make the All-Star week better. So let's get into first of all, I'll start it off with the Nick Wright topic. Now, I know this is Black History Month, and I want to make it clear. Nick Wright is not black. So don't look at me saying, oh, man, you trying to make this black and white. No, Nick Wright said it. Let's keep it clear. Look, he said, how about the NBA do a white versus black in the NBA for the All-Star game? And when I got to thinking about it, I'm like, that could actually be good because we got ballers on both sides. We got white athletes on the white side, and we got athletes on the black side. To me, the team that trash talk the most is going to win. Who talks more trash in basketball in the world? Black folks. We're going to talk shit. We're going to get in your head. The only white guy I know that like really talk shit crazy that was white was Larry Bird, and that was way back in the 80s and 90s. But as far as this roster, this is a roster that he said, and I actually agree with it, but I'm going to add one more person for each. I'm going to add one more person for each team and make it the six man. So for the white All-Stars, we got Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Cooper Flag, Chet Holmgren, and Jokic. If I had to add a sixth player, I would probably go Lauri Markkanen off of Utah Jazz because he a big dog. He like 6'10" or damn near 7 foot. He can knock down a three, mid shot. He can work the post. That's a solid pickup, especially coming off the bench to come in for, I'll say, for a young Cooper Flag. No, actually come in for Chet because Chet is big, but he's a skinny guy. So you put somebody on with a little muscle, that could give problems. But for the black All-Stars, I would go, well, he says SGA, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, and Wemby. That is a great lineup. But if I had to add one more player, I'm kind of stuck in this area. But if we're going for the win, I gotta go KD, man. I would Leonard is good. I would put KD at the small forward, and on the bench, it would be Seth Curry. Curry, because all them dudes is dogs, and not nothing like I know some people gonna say where LeBron at. We're talking about present day, like these players playing right now. I would have to add KD because he's still playing at a high level, even though LeBron is too. If I'm talking about, I need somebody gonna talk shit to get people off their game, getting Jokic head, getting Austin Reeves, Luka head. Luka's gonna be a problem anyway because he's not gonna play no defense. So it's really gonna be 4-on-5. And I know that's coming because I'm a Lakers fan, but it is what it is. So in the comments, who do you think will win this battle? Would it be the white all stars or the black all stars? And it's not a race bait thing or anything like that. It's just a topic that Nick Wright came up with. And also in the comments, if you could add a sixth man, let me know who your sixth man would be or who you would replace. As far as the NBA All Star goes, man, I know a lot of people don't look at it no more. And I had this topic with my homies at work, and my thing was that at some point it stopped being serious, and that was after RP to my favorite player, Kobe Bryant. Once he retired, a lot of these teams didn't really take it serious. Kobe was always serious. Now, when it comes to All-Star game, when Jordan was in there, he was trying to guard and he want to play defense and stuff like that. It's not saying you got to go 100%. You can at least go 50, 60% in the All-Star game. Injuries are going to happen. It's only been one person that got injured in the All-Star game that I recall, and that person was Kobe Bryant. D Wade smacked that, tried to block the ball, and he ended up breaking Kobe's nose. That's when Kobe had to wear the mask. I remember these things. But outside of that, these dudes they make so much money. They like, man, it's really all stars for the fans. If you're the best in the West and you're the best in the East, when y'all play each other, we want to see who's the better team. We don't want to see Luka and Jokic taking half court shots, not playing defense or anything like that at some point in the game. It's corny. So I think a way that they can fix this is if they put money on the line. Winner gets $1 million. Like they got the money to do this. I know $1 million probably not a lot to them, but they got to make it a little where they play a little defense, and at least in the fourth quarter, man, because it was always like this until a couple of probably 5 or 6 years ago when they just stopped playing and like dudes just want to sit out, say, "No, I'm good. I ain't doing an All-Star game." You got to think, like I said, at the end of the day, the fans are the reason why the NBA is still going. Because if you don't sell the tickets, if nobody's coming to the game, this should be over with. This is the same thing going on with the WNBA. If you're not paying tickets, they're not going to get paid. They're not going to make as much money. It's going to be hard for them to bring in revenue. So give the players some type of show them some type of gratitude. Like, damn, dog, y'all can at least come out here and be a little competitive, so I can go back home and say, oh, that was a good game, and we seen some good dunks and all that. And that brings me to the next point. All-Star Weekend, 3-point contest, I'm cool with this week. The dunk contest, it's like, dog, who are these folks, man? Like, really, I don't know half of them. But let's get into it. I'm gonna start it off with the dunk contest, and I'm gonna say, no, I'll start off with the shooting stars. And I think the shooting stars is pretty good. I don't actually know like the setup, how they're gonna do it, but I think it's like the little obstacle course that they do. I'm thinking that's what they're gonna do because they got 3 people. And it's usually they shoot at the free throw, 3-pointer, half point shot, and they just taking turns or whatever, which is cool. But teams this week, team All Star is Scotty Barnes, Rip Hamilton, Chet Holmgren. Team Knicks is Karl Anthony Towns, Allen Houston, Jalen Bronson. Team Cameron, Con Knuppel, Corey Maggette, and Jalen Johnson. And Team Harper is Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Sr., and Ron Harper Jr. Just off top, I got to go with Ron Harper team just because he got both his sons and they both in the NBA. I think it'll be a dope moment seeing yourself as a NBA champion, a legend, with 2 of your sons in the NBA playing at a solid level. So, if I had to make a pick, I'm going to go with I'll go with Team Harper on that one. So that's what I got from Team Harper for the Shooting Stars. Next is the slam dunk contest. We have Carter Bryant from the Spurs, Jackson Hayes from the Lakers, Keyshawn Johnson from Miami Heat, and Jace Richardson from Orlando Magic. Now, if you're listening to this, I'm like, it's all these NBA players that can dunk. I can't think of the dude from Chicago. I think he already did it, but he's a younger guy. I think his last name started with an M. I'm having a brain fart right now, but he can dunk his ass off. He should be in a dunk contest. Zion Williamson should be in a dunk contest. I wouldn't even mind seeing Wemby in a dunk contest. Just seeing a 7'4" guy dunk, it'd be cool because he could think of some stuff with him being that tall. And who would be a fourth person? John Morant. John ain't got shit else going on. They done traded the whole goddamn team away. They're not making the playoffs. Throw him in a dunk contest, man. Entertain some people. This is what I'm talking about. Nothing, and I'm not knocking none of these cats, but to my knowledge, not one of these guys right here is starting right now. Jackson comes off our bench. Carter Bryant, this is my first time hearing about him today. Keyshawn Johnson, never heard of him. Jace Richardson is Jason Richardson's son. So with my pick, even though I'm a Lakers fan, I'm going with Richardson because I just love seeing former NBA players' sons in the NBA and seeing them get a chance to play. And I'm pretty sure Jason Richardson played for them before at some point in his career. I know he played for Golden State and stuff like that, but I do think if I'm correct, he played on Orlando at some point. So I'm rocking with young Richardson to win this one. Like I said, I haven't seen too much on Carter Bryant or Keyshawn Johnson. So no knock to them fellas, but good luck this week. I'm rocking with Jace Richardson on that one. 3-point contest, we have Devin Booker, Con Knuppel, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis, and Norman Powell. With it being 8 people, I'm going to pick 2 people that I think going to end up in the finals. I'm going to go, I'm actually go Dame Lillard and Con Knuppel because the rookie, Knuppel has been killing. He's a solid 3-point. I think he's been hitting 4-5 threes a game lately. As of lately, he's been doing it really all season. Dame Lillard has been injured. He tore his Achilles, but this would be his first time with us seeing him on the court this year, which I think is cool. I know, like, I've listened to a couple of podcasts and stuff, and they're saying, like, dude, you're not doing that. You're not even healthy. How do you get a chance to play? Well, he's already won the 3-point contest before, so it makes sense to throw somebody in there that's already won it before. But and Curry's injured. Klay Thompson knees is gone, man. I would have loved to see them back up in it before they retire, which I hope they do that just for the fans. But if I'm picking 2 people, I'm going Dame Lillard and Con Knuppel, and I'm going to actually pick Knuppel to win this one just because he's active right now. He's been active. He's actually playing during the season. I know Dame is going. I think Dame will do good because he got plenty of time on his hands. But I think that the young rookie can pull this off and come away with the win. So that is what I got for the All-Stars. Now, to get into the All-Star game, they have a different setup this year. I think they did it last year as well, but they had 3 teams. Obviously, 2 teams play each other. The winner goes and play the third team. The winner of that is the champion, something like that, or the both winners. I think it's elimination. You could get eliminated one time or something like that. But it ends up with 2 teams, and the winner obviously is the champ. So the teams is broken down. If I could get in that right quick, USA Stars, we have Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duran, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey. JB Bickerstaff is the coach for that team from the Detroit Lions. Detroit Pistons, my bad. USA Stripes, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, and Steph Curry, which is injured. That coach would be Mitch Johnson. He is the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Last one, we got the world. We got Denny Avdija, Luka Doncic, SGA, Jokic, Murray, Norman Powell, Sengun, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, Victor Wembanyama, and Giannis. Darko is the coach for Toronto. Looking at these rosters, I'm gonna go with the USA Stripes, the one that's led by Jaylen Brown now, just because they got a lot of scores. I know Curry's not playing. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure LeBron might play, but I'll go with USA Strikes. With damn, I don't know. I think it's gonna come down to USA Stars and USA Stripes, and the reason why I say that is because like with the World Team, like I said, um, damn, Luka and Jokic don't take the game serious, man. I don't see them taking it serious at all. They don't really be trying to be any what not even close to being competitive. So I'm gonna go with both USA teams to win, and I'm gonna go with USA Stripes to win, led by Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen remind me of Kobe because he coming to play. He gonna try to drop 30 or 40 in the All-Star game. He don't give a damn about none of the other bull. So that's all I got, man. I think NBA All Star is gonna be solid this week. I always look at a 3-point contest. I'll check in on the dunk contest just to see if we're gonna see something different. Most of the time, it's just a recycled dunk. It's so many dunkers out there that's been trying to give these cats dunk advice, and they just don't take it. I said they don't take it serious, man. But NBA All Stars this week, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think of it. Who y'all got winning the 3-point contest, dunk contest, skills challenge, with the Rising Stars or whatever, and the actual All Star game. Let me know in the comments who y'all got for that. Let's take another quick commercial break, and we will get into the next topic.
Carolina blue fit, black frames on the face, icy mouth shining when the bass vibrate. Demetrius B with the vintage type groove, heavyweight lines put the needle in the groove, flexing these arms like I'm benching the B, old school vibe with the.
All right, y'all, we are back. I want to get into the next topic. The next topic I want to get into, let me go ahead and get into some music because J. Cole dropped. I've been able to listen to this tape about, I'll say today was probably my 5th time listening to this tape. Highly anticipated, should do big numbers. He said this is his last album. I don't know if he really means that because there's been so many artists that say, hey, this is my last album. And next thing you know, they drop another album in a couple years. He's still fairly young. I'm 38, he's 39. So he's still in his prime, especially when it comes to his rap stuff. And dropping a 2-disc tape, I've seen some people, I listen to other podcasts and see what their opinions is on it. I don't agree with most of them. So that's why I'm here to give my opinion. Not saying they're wrong because at the end of the day, they're all opinions. As far as this one goes, this tape was solid to me. If I can look up something right quick, because even though this is a solid tape, I've been a big J. Cole fan from back in the days, and some of my favorite albums, like, let me see, The Warm Up was like a mixtape, Friday Night Lights, Cold World, The Sideline Story, Born Sinner, For Your Eyes Only, KOD. I like them all season 2. Might delete later. Forest Hill Drive. These are classic albums to me. That's my opinion. Classic albums. Is this a classic? It could be a classic, but like I said, there's so much music. Like I think if he'd have did just one disc, he could have left off a couple songs. It'd have been okay. But this is a great album. I won't consider it a classic because I haven't listened to it enough. I've listened to it 4 times. All these other albums I'm gonna listen to at least 20, 25 times at least, nothing less than that. So I consider it a classic, like if I can just go no skips with it. But to get into this tape, man, he had this tape broke down in 2 discs. Disc 29, which is the first one, is pretty much about the younger him, how he came into the game. I wouldn't say like the same recycled story, but him just giving his story of like this, how it was when I first came out, how people heard of me, they knew I was rapping, they knew I was taking it serious, how it was with the women, like I wanted this one, I wanted that one and stuff, just a young man. And then take 2 is, hey, I'm a father now, I'm in a relationship, I love my woman, I'm okay with one woman and all that type of stuff. So it's just a mature J. Cole. But with this being 2 albums, to this album, I wanted to give y'all my top 5 on both. But before I do that, I want to give y'all the features on this tape. So on this one, they got PJ. We got Tim's and Future. Those are the features on there. The second one, we got Erica Badu. We got Petey Pablo. We got Burna Boy and Mar Ray. Now, when they get into these my favorite 5 songs on here, they're not in order. I'll tell you what my favorite song is as well. First Take, Poor Thing, Safety, Legacy, The Letdown, Drum and Bass. Those are my favorite 5 songs off there. Take 2, The Fall Off is Inevitable. That's the song that he already got the video to. The Villas, Only You, I Love Her Again, and Quick Stop. Those are my favorite 10 tracks on here. But if I had to pick my favorite song off of there, it would be Poor Thing. This song is, I can touch on a little bit because I've been in a situation like that where when I went away for so long, when I actually went to Japan for my first duty station, back home, I had a couple people like just talking crazy about me and stuff. And I don't know, like just high school beef or whatever that I didn't know we was beefing, but they was talking crazy. But then when I came back home, it was all like piecing up, like everybody want to be cool and stuff. And this is my drinking days, so like it didn't really bother me, but just to know that I could relate to that. So I see where he was coming from. But on here, on this song, he just let Buddy have it. Like, I've been seeing you talking crazy back home or whatever. I'm gonna be back there. If you try to run a fade, don't be trying to bring no gun. Just run a fade. And he was saying that on the song too. Like he said, put down the pistol, run me my fade, and come get your issue and stuff like that. And he said, if I take a loss, I won't feel away. So that's just being a man. Look, you've been talking crazy, put the gun down, run the fade. If I win, I win. If I lose, I ain't gonna trip. I just know we got it out the way, whatever it was going on. But outside of that, this album was solid, man. I enjoyed these songs. He made a couple of songs, like just seeing like how he came up in the rap game, which I could relate to. I mean, well, I've heard before on his last tapes, but then like I said, as he got older, I think he said he got 2 kids now. He's married. The song's just it's solid, man. I enjoyed the tape. I'm not the one that's gonna sit here and say, oh, he could have did this or did that better, like it was boring, because it wasn't. I know a lot of people say J. Cole boring, they say Wale boring. Those are my type of artists because they actually rapping meaningful things. So salute to J. Cole, man. The Fall Off, great album. I'm gonna continue listening to it. I'm definitely gonna take some of these tracks and put it on the gym list for the ones that I can work out to. But again, my favorite 5 off this one: Poor Thing, Safety, Legacy, The Let Out, Drum and Bass. Take 2, The Fall Off is Inevitable, The Villas, Only You, I Love Her, and Quick Stop. That is the artist of the week, album of the week, J. Cole, The Fall Off. Make sure y'all go run those streams up. If you got a tape you want me to review, please send me it in my comments and I'll go listen to the tape and tell y'all my favorite 5 songs on there. But in the comments, please leave your favorite 5 songs off this one and this 2. What features did you enjoy? How did you feel about the album overall? I enjoyed it. I would love to know y'all opinions. That's all I got for music this week. Next week, I'm actually going to be one of my homies from work be rapping. I actually had him on a show not too long ago. I'm going to review his tape that I'm halfway through it, and it's actually good. He can actually rap. I would have known until he actually told me about it. It caught me off guard because at first I'm like, man, that ain't you. But I started listening. I'm like, well, I know how you talk at work, so this is definitely him. So I'm gonna give y'all a music review. I'll reveal what that is next week. So make sure y'all tune into the music segment of the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Let's take a quick break, and when we get back in here, I want to move into the next topic on Black History Month.
History Month isn't only about looking back at the hardships our communities endured. It's about celebrating the brilliance, the creativity, the resilience that kept us moving forward. Every February reminds us that the story of Black history is American history, world history.
All right, y'all, welcome back again. Moving along, I want to get into it's actually a touchy subject when it comes to Black history. Being a Black man in America, I don't try to make this about race, but I've always said this: racism is one of the biggest problems in America. If we can't solve that, we'll never be able to get along with each other. It's a lot of people that understand, but it's also a lot of people that's passing it down to the next generation, feeling like it's okay to continue being assholes and not just loving one each other or liking one each other, and not judging by the color of our skin. Being in the military, it was a tough time. I was a 19-year-old man, a 19-year-old boy going away from home. And like I said before, my first duty station was Okinawa, Japan. Before I got there, I was in California, San Diego, and I had an incident that happened at boot camp. Actually, was it boot camp? MCT, which is Marine Combat Training. It's right after boot camp. So I had an issue that I'll talk about in a minute because it's a topic I want to discuss. The question I want to bring to y'all is, and it's not just for the military folks, but just for people in general. When was the last time you had to deal with racism? Not social media, because I get that all the time. Like if I voice my opinion about something or I see the comments, I see how people just talk crazy. That doesn't bother me. I know 99.9 of those folks won't say that in person to me. And I'm not trying to come off as a tough guy, but I just know how people are. I've seen people get smacked up about it. Like I said, we'll talk about that in a second. But as far as the military, I want to get into a quick story right quick about a young man that had an incident happen back in 1941. And I just want to share this. If y'all could go look it up, it's on YouTube. It's all over the place. Isaac Woodard. He was a World War II veteran who was brutally beaten and blind by police after returning home from service. So, just to give y'all the key points, Woodard was a decorated Black American sergeant who served in the Pacific during World War II. February 12, 1946, just hours after being honorably discharged, he was traveling home by a bus in South Carolina. After a minor dispute with the bus driver, local police removed him from the bus. From what I read was he was trying to use the bathroom. It was a few people in there trying to use the bathroom. And I think that they were saying like they all just got back, so everybody's drinking and stuff. And if you're a drinker or if you drink water, which I hope you do, you drink or drink hard liquor, whatever, you're going to have to piss. And they were asking, hey, can we stop over here and run, go take a piss or whatever? And they called the police. They said that people were being obnoxious and all that type of stuff. So once they got there, the police chef got there and he took out a billy club and beat Mr. Woodard, beat him and gouged his eyes out. Now, I know this might be a little disturbing, which it is, but this incident left him permanently blind. This is a man that served for his country, not just came home from prison for murder or something like that. This is a man that served for this country. He put his life on the line. In 1946, he came home thinking he's going to make it home to his family, be able to see his life, have kids, whatever. And he was brutally beat by police. And then on top of that, what makes it even worse is the president at the time, Harry Thurman, was repeatedly deeply disturbed by it. They took it to trial, and an all-white jury let these guys off. And I wanted to bring that up because I wanted to say that that's a part of Black history. That wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. A lot of people, we don't talk about these things. I wanted to bring up as far as the military standpoint because I recall being in the military. I was at the age of 19, and it was a quick incident that this dude, I can't remember because me and him was actually going to get into it, but his name is Adi Amo. I think he's like an African dude, like 6'4", 6'5", right? And him and this one guy, a younger white guy, they got to arguing and stuff like that. And they got to the point where the white guy was just talking stupid, and Buddy smacked him. So once he smacked him, they got the fighting. So they tussling and stuff. African cat is getting the best of him, and after it happens, the young white Marine comes up to me and said, "Damn, Brooks, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm glad you're not like that N-word." And this might sound crazy, but when he said it to me, it's like this dude 6'4". He just got through whooping your ass for saying the N-word. And you come to me and said, because I'm more laid back. I've been around white people, I've been around Hispanic people. I don't look at color as like, oh, you hate me or I gotta hate you. I've never been that type of person. I'm respectful and not racist at all. I get along with anybody until you show racism towards me, then I can't fuck with you. So he said the N-word. As soon as I heard that ER, the next thing he saw was my hand coming across his face. And it wasn't just to punk him out, but it was just like, don't try to compare me to another black man and say he's an N or ER, and then try to tell me that I'm not a black man, which I'm not the ER, but I am also a black man. And on top of that, we're in the military, we're wearing the same uniform. I'm thinking this is a brotherhood. That word should not be used at all. And that wasn't the first time, because I said at boot camp, we was running and cat kept on stepping on my shoe or whatever. I thought he was being funny or whatever. And when I turned around, he called me the N-word and I punched him up. And this is in boot camp. So I had some crazy run-ins, but at the end of the day, man, I want to give a salute to minorities in this. Like I said, don't take this the wrong way. This is not against anybody in the service, but I want to give a salute to the minorities in the uniforms, whichever branch you serve for, because it's not easy. A lot of people, it was a point where they didn't believe that we can make it in the military. I've had some of my own fellow blacks try to tell me that I went to fight a white man's war. Guess I never went to war. I went to 3 different duty stations. I saw a lot of different things. I've dealt with deaths at just about every duty station. But at the end of the day, it wasn't to fight a white man's war. It was to stand up and make a name for myself, for the Brooks legacy, for my bloodline. I did that for me. I just wanted to share that story, man. The Woodard story is sad and crazy, but I know people still deal with this. All I can say is keep your head up. Treat everybody with respect. If you feel like the disrespect is coming your way, cut them people off. Learn how to be professional in the service, because they'll try to drive you out of there. Because some folks still believe, hey, this black people ain't supposed to be in the military, Hispanic people ain't supposed to be in the military. At the end of the day, we all go in to fight for our country, fight for our family name. That's what it comes down to. I just wanted to share y'all story with that Isaac Woodard. If you could, when you get a chance for Black History Month, please go look into that story and let me know your opinions on it, how you feel about it. And in the comments, in the DM, if it's okay with me sharing, I would love for my fellow military women or males to leave in the comments what type of racism have you dealt with. And then for all my viewers, if you dealt with a racist situation, please let me know when the last time it was and what was over about. Was it worth it? And don't play victim. That's what I'll say. Don't play victim, because some people, we egg people on us, call them out their name first. But just let me know when the last time you had to deal with racism. I believe that we can all get along at some point in life, man, but we just got to do better by not hating each other by the color of our skin, man. I just want to touch up on that. That is my Black History Month lesson for the week. Isaac Woodard, please go look this young man up. That was back in 1946, so rest in peace to him. I just want to make sure his story's heard. Let me know what y'all think about the story when y'all check it out. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Take a quick second and let's get into this last topic, a movie that me and my fiance saw this week, and we'll be right back.
Sealed, suit pressure holding, ready to make some history.
Copy that, Brooks. The surface is all yours.
Stepping off the ramp now. All that dust is redder than I imagined. Landers away. Mars, it's just you and me. Look at that view. Earth.
All right, y'all. Wrapping up the show, man. I want to get into this last topic. Movie that I saw this week, starring. This movie is called Relationship Goals. The movie is starring Kelly Rowland and Method Man. Now, before I start this, let me tell y'all something. I'm a fiance. I'm getting married in a couple months. Let me tell y'all about some women. Some women be thinking they slick. Now, let me tell you what my lady did. She said, "Hey, was you trying to watch that Relationship Goal movie?" And in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, okay." She knows that I'm a big fan of Kelly Rowland, um, Tiana Taylor, and Megan Good. Them probably my three Hollywood crushes. I know with her, Method Man. She gonna say I'm lying. Method Man, probably Michael B. Jordan, and what's the little black motherfucker? Lance Gross, maybe, or something like that. Now, when they names pop up, I know this is why you want to see it. You ain't worried about nothing else going on in this movie. So she hits you with the, hey, Kelly, you want to watch that Kelly Rowland movie? And I'm looking at her like, dog, that's not why you want to see this movie. You want to see Method Man, probably in your little girl chat. Y'all already talk, Method Man in his drawers and this one, y'all. You ain't fooling me none. You not fooling me none. And I know you're going to hear this because I'm going to tag ass in the video. Yeah, you. Anyways, the movie it came off, I won't say it was corny, but it was like a comedy romance. But she just, just laughing at everything Method Man do. Like, he's barely saying stuff and sometimes just smiling and she just going crazy. Oh, that was so funny. And I'm just sitting here laughing like, okay, whatever, man. But like I said, I love you, girl. You funny as hell though, because you think you slick. But it's cool. It's cool. I ain't gonna hate Method Man. He a smooth cat, man. He's 50 years old, still looking like he's 30 or something. He in shape. Salute. She got great taste. Pause. That was a crazy. Whoa. Let me chill out. Anyways, let's get into the movie. The movie is somewhat based on the Michael Todd book that was released quite some time ago with about him and his wife. This movie, they said, is not based on them, but he's in the movie. And pretty much, just to sum the movie up, Kelly Rowland is Leah Caldwell on the movie. She's a driven television producer in New York who's posed to become the first woman to run the city's top morning show. Method Man name is Jared Roy, and he's not there to reconnect. He's been hired as her professional rival for the same job. So the movie starts off with Kelly Rowland's boss saying, "Hey, I'm retiring soon. I want to make pretty much the position is open, and I believe that you're the biggest candidate." So she's thinking, she already told her friends, "Hey, I'm getting the promotion that I've been waiting for. I'm gonna be the first woman top of the morning show." And he hits her with a curveball and says, "Hey, we're actually bringing in some competition for you." And this guy, she says his name, and she's like, "Whoa, that's her ex-boyfriend." So Method Man is her ex-boyfriend on there, and he's an ex because at some point they were in a relationship, and he cheated on her. He was having all these different girls. He wasn't ready to settle down, and she's still been holding that against him. So when she sees him, she see how all the ladies in there, they're just drooling over him. They're so happy to see him. They're just all in love with him because he's a smooth, good-looking cat. And she's looking at him like, dog, he's a cheater. He ain't shit. All men the same, blah, blah, blah. She has two other friends, another friend that just wants to date and hook up with people. And then they have another friend that's married that's on the TV show. That's one of the hosts. She's she's not even engaged. She's a girlfriend. Her boyfriend is a sports guy that's about to retire, and she keep thinking that he's gonna propose soon. So Method Man is trying to tell Kelly, "Hey, I'm a changed man, and I'm not the same person that you thought I was from back in the days. I've read this book. Michael Todd is a great book. It helped me change my ways. I know what I'm looking for now." And she's not sold on it. She's like, "You just saying that because you back in town. You trying to get brownie points and stuff." And as the movie, I don't want to spoil the whole movie. I just want to get through like the quick summary. He's doing everything Well, they're very competitive. So she's like, you know what? I don't got time for that. I don't care about what you got going on. I want to be competitive. I want this job. And he's like, I just want to make things right. I want to put our past in the past. And as the story goes on, he started recommending the book to the owner, and they's like, you know what, I agree. Let's look into the book and let's push this story out. So once they do that, people in the building actually start reading the book and start living by it. Now, Kelly said, I'm not reading the book. I'm going to stick to my list. She has a list, I think like 50 to 75 things on there that the man has to have every single thing. Like most women do have a list, men have a list. I don't know how that goes, but I mean, in my dating history, I've always had a certain list. She got to have a job, for one. She got to have her own car. She can't just be dependent on me because she has to depend on herself when I'm not around. Those are key things. Some of the key things. Of course, she's going to be pretty and stuff like that. That's the bonus. She got to be smart, like just basic stuff like that. I'm not too picky, but I found a great woman that has all those qualities, right? And Method Man is saying, hey, I know exactly what I want now. And Kelly is saying, like, my list got like 75 things on it. If they ain't got every single thing on there, we can't do nothing. We can't even get there. We can't be cool or whatever. So overall, they end up reading the book and she starts seeing that Method Man is serious. And finally, it comes down to the job. And she gets the job because he bowed out of it. Because at the end of the day, he felt like this job is so important to her. He wasn't coming there for that. At first, he said he was being competitive, but then he realized that he was actually there to reconnect with her, and he feels like he still loves her. And after them hanging around each other and her seeing the same thing, she realized that, hey, I think I love you too. Let's make this thing work. So it's a comedy romance. I enjoyed it. I'll give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. It was a solid watch. I'll definitely rewatch it. It was a good movie. But I just want to tell the fellas, man, if your girl want to sit down and watch this movie, she's not watching for no Kelly Rowland. She's not watching for the damn talk about the book. She wants to see Method Man. That's what it's about. So, fellas, we're going to do the same thing. We're watching this movie because of Kelly Rowland's in it. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning to the Mechee for the Midwest podcast this week. Solid topics. Hit me in the comments, man. Let me know what you thought about the movie. If you saw it already, it's on Amazon Prime right now streaming. Go check it out. Let me know in the comments what you rate the movie. What did you like about the movie? Who is your favorite character in the movie? That's all I got for y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning into the Mechee for the Midwest podcast this week. I'm about to go eat me a couple slices of pieces from Monaco's because it's calling my name. I'm a little hungry. Y'all enjoy the sports, the TV shows, movies this week. I'll be back in here next week with a couple more segments. Y'all be smooth out there. Stay warm. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also now on TikTok.
All black tonight. Shirt says it all. Mechee from the Midwest. Been a long day, but the city stays awake. Hold up. You see that? MFTM in the sky. Guess they're calling.